In this episode of Coach's Eye, we are looking at one of our very own OMBE community. A lot of people have been asking us to not only review the pros, but also review some more of our intermediate surfers. So we put the call out to our community, and some of them have sent in some footage. So in this episode, we're really happy to be showing you the surfing of Shia. So before we bring up the footage from Shia, I just want to tell you about the OMBE app. If you haven't downloaded it, make sure that you head over to the App Store, download the app. It's completely free. If you go inside there, you're going to get access to the OMBE Method, which is an exclusive program that's only available inside the app. That is yours for free. And also you can get 2 weeks free access to all of our premium content. There'll be a link below this video, so make sure that you check that out. So let's jump into Shia here. As I said before, we've had a lot of requests for more of your average surfer. Now Shia, when sent the footage, is actually quite a good surfer.
Yeah, like a lot of people send footage and they're super sort of critical of their own selves.
Yeah.
But to other people, you almost got to kind of find the problem.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at it first.
Yeah, so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to look at what we can take away from Shia's surfing that we can apply to our own, whatever part of the journey you're on. And then we're going to look at, if we were to coach Shia, what are the 1 or 2 things that we would ask Shia to be looking at to help him take his surfing to the next level.
All right, so when Shia takes off, he's in this real nice neutral posture. He's kissing the knees, he's got his coffee cup up, very kind of Ethan Ewing looking. Okay, it's really good. But then what happens is he goes straight into the twist. So he bends his chest to the knee, which kind of limits his ability to twist.
Yeah.
And then straightens up and goes kind of straight into the twist. So I guess the very first thing that I'm seeing is he could probably be on rail there and hold the rail for longer.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one thing, when your board is on rail, there's less friction. Your board's going to turn and maintain speed for longer. However, when your board's flat, you almost got to twist the fin. Now the fin can only go about 45 degrees before the water hits the fin and wants to start slowing the board down. So in other words, a massive big twist after the fin goes 45 degrees starts to work against you. So you kind of want to lean and fine tune with the twist. So I'm not really seeing that lean. So Shia could do a bit more lean. And because if you look at that, he projects quite far in a flat line. So see all of, come on. See all of that? That's your projection in a flat line.
Yeah.
Whereas I would rather see him lean and then fine tune the twist and maybe go a little bit more higher up on that wave face.
Yeah, do you know, so we've done a lot of videos together. One thing that's just suddenly become really apparent to me, maybe you might be thinking, oh my gosh, Anthony, like you should have realized this years ago. But if you're ever watching footage back of yourself, because you often wonder about the lines that you take, that what you just drew then, this bit here, that is you, like you can use that to really gauge, because normally you look at your own body and what you're doing. I've suddenly realised, it may sound really stupid saying it, but I've suddenly realised, hang on a minute, that's actually a really important piece of information that we need to pay a lot of attention to if we're watching our own footage back to analyse our surfing.
Check the line you take.
It tells us the line that we're taking. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. Let me know if that was a light bulb moment for you or whether I've just been missing something for all this time.
Okay, so to start off, Shia went down the wave, he went flat and did the twist.
Yep.
Okay. So we're saying that he could have been on rail more. Now, the actual turn itself, it's decent. He's got his coffee cup arm. He's coming around. He's on rail. And then he cuts the turn a bit short. And I think at that point there, where the board goes flat, it almost feels like his leg may want to buckle. Okay. However, if he had have just held that turn longer, so instead of cutting it short there, he probably could have gone all the way around to there, kind of like more John Florence style. And that way, you'd want to lunge and twist and point your knees towards the foam.
Yeah.
So if you held that rail turn for longer, he would have been better off. Now, when he finishes that turn and the board goes flat, his arms are also flat. So what I mean by that is that the left arm and the right arm, they're pretty much flat.
Yeah.
Had he have got this arm here above his head, so in other words, the arm should have kind of looked more like that, what it would have done is it put him on his toe edge.
Yeah.
So he's currently doing this great top turn, cuts it short and goes flat, the leg wants to buckle. Whereas if he had risen his arm up, he would have gone heel-toe transition, he would have cut out the flat bit, and his leg wouldn't have wanted to buckle.
And so just if we're talking about cutback, because so we've just recently finished a whole monthly focus on the cutback inside the app. That's inside the inside our premium content. So if you go to the app and get your 2 weeks free access, you can check out the training that we did that was specifically on the cutback. And one thing that a lot of intermediates do is that once they get that first turn right, that first top turn, that transition on the second part of the cutback where you come back to the foam is where a lot of intermediates then start to go side to side rather than keeping it on rail. But you can check that out if you head over to the App Store.
Check us out. All right, so Shia's on his heel edge.
Yep.
Now, the board accelerates really fast until that point there. Now, watch the rest. It kind of goes really slow.
Okay.
But where does he end up? At the bottom of the wave.
Yeah.
So that part of the wave, I'd say from about there to there, when he was flat, he could have, if we go back to here now, railed it and gone really fast and created more speed.
Okay.
Okay, so he basically needs to hold that heel edge turn in for longer. And then at the bottom over here, he could have gone to his toe edge turn and he would have been possibly set up for the next top turn or whatever. So in a nutshell, let's go back to full screen.
Yep.
Right. Shea starts his bottom turn too late. He needs to start it higher up and he needs to put the board on rail. Because he starts it late, his board's flat, so he has to use that twist. That projects him out onto the face. And then when he does turn, he doesn't hold the turn for long enough. Again, the board goes flat. Then the leg wants to collapse. And at the point where his board goes flat, he loses speed again.
Okay.
So what he wants to do is eliminate all the transitions out of his surfing. Try to go rail, toe edge, heel, and then rail, toe edge again, as opposed to flat, a little bit of toe edge, a little bit of heel edge, and flat. Does that make some sense?
Yeah. Now, interestingly, that footage that you've just seen from Shia, so Shia sent in 3 videos. One of them was before OMBE. It was one that was on a left. It was kind of on its own, and it was quite hard to see the footage. However, so the footage that you've just watched is with a little bit of OMBE training. We've got a bit of footage that he has given us, which is 6 months after going through the OMBE training. So Shia went into the program, went through the 12-week program that we run, and let's go for it. So let's just let it play out because it's not an overly long video. So there's a bit of backhand surfing there. In a moment when the birds fly across, I'm going to hit pause. So here he is again on the cutback here. So this was after a little bit of OMBE training, and then got some more here. This is still with a little bit of OMBE training. Okay, so at this point here, the footage that you're going to see after this is after 6 months of the OMBE training, and you're going to see the difference. This is really cool. So here we go. Now it's a bit grainy.
Oh, so straight away, I'm in love.
So what I want to get now is, what is it that we can learn? So obviously Shia's been doing this now, been in the OMBE program for over 6 months. This is the footage after then. What can we take away from Shia here that we can apply to our own surfing? That's what I'm really interested in now.
Well, look at how much more spray he's throwing there. And you see that?
Up at the top.
And look at the flow. There's no flat. It's just heel, heel, heel. Then watch the hand come above his head. There is the transition to the toe edge.
I'm so excited to see this footage here because it's It's amazing.
What happened there is he's eliminated that flat rail. He's just gone rail to rail. So that was really, really cool. Nice off the top, good hands up. Little cardboard slide happening over there to make the section. And this, oh, please hold that rail. Yes. And then arm up. Boom. Look at how much faster this is. Now this is a smaller wave than the previous one. Basically, the wave was softer, but he's going faster.
Yeah.
So that's all from the rail work. Look at this. Heel, heel. He holds it all the way down. He created time and space. And then what's the transition? Hand above the head there. And he's on his toe edge again. Crack.
I get so excited when people in the community send in their footage and we can see how they've progressed with the training methods and what it's done for their surfing. I genuinely get really stoked. You probably tell in my voice, I'm really excited for Shia with just how much his surfing has come on, especially on that cutback, from just making a few simple changes to his surfing.
Okay. All right. So one thing that I'm going to ask him to work on, because I'm always that coach.
You've always got,
All right.
You're that guy.
Tell you what, can you pull up the footage of Tom Curran doing the cutback?
I can indeed. While I do that, I'll move away from the screen.
Because this is a very, very similar scenario.
Look, I'm straight into it. It's like I already knew.
Okay, so I know it's J-Bay and whatever, but look at how low Tom's bum is to the water. So that there to the water's edge, he's really low. And he's even trying to grab his rail so he can lower the bottom and get more on rail edge. So at this particular section over here, his head was still quite higher up and his bottom wasn't quite as low. So to make it more timeless like Tom Curran, you want to kind of get your bum lower to the water.
Yeah.
It's going to put the board more on rail and it's going to make it look visually more powerful.
Yeah.
All right. Now the second part of the turn here. Watch Tom's head. There, his head. See his head's lower than the board?
Yep.
His head is the lowest part of his body, and then he does the turn, okay? So if we go back now to
Yep, it was
wave.
That was a piece of footage, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so see how high his bum is off the floor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's standing up too tall.
Yep.
He can sink lower. Now watch his head on the rebound. He can get that head lower.
Okay, yep.
It'll get the board more on rail, which means the foam will push him out of that turn with way more energy. So even though he's doing more heel edge and more toe edge, he still needs to get more inverted with his body.
Yep.
That will give him the illusion of more speed and power, but he will be utilizing wave energy more.
I bet we'll go one more time, just so we can all celebrate in Shia's success here.
It was a sick turn.
So good.
So smooth. And then just chill, stacking the bones, really nice.
Yeah. Oh, so this was very early on. But yeah, awesome. So look, this has been requested quite a lot that we review the people within the community rather than doing pros all the time. If you would like to submit your footage, you're happy for it to be pulled in and then broadcast out to the world, but you will get obviously free coaching in the process. Then make sure you get in touch, info@ombe.co, and find out about how you can submit your footage for the Coach's Eyes that we run. We publish them every single Monday. The more footage we can get from you guys, the better. But yeah, what has been your biggest takeaway from this? Like, give some love to Shia in the comment below. Thanks, Shia, for submitting your footage. We really appreciate you for allowing us to share this with the world so that everyone around the world can learn from Shia. But I
think my last little takeaway is that it's attention to detail and it's the small things.
It is.
Like, he's not far off of Tom Curran. If he just dipped his head and got more inverted and committed on the turns, it's there. It's like, it's Curran-esque. It's so good. Yeah.
It's also really inspiring to know that, I mean, Shia's no different than you or I, and if Shia can do it, then there is hope for us all. So look, make sure you share this video around, share the knowledge around the world, share it with everybody that you know, and we'll see you in the next edition of Coach's Eye.
The OMBE app is a free-to-download surf community and online surfing coaching platform. In the app, you can get access to exclusive content, including the OMBE Method, which is an amazing free online course, which a lot of surfers have already said that course alone has significantly improved their surfing. By downloading the app, you'll also be joining a huge international community of surfers of all skill levels supporting and helping each other improve. Also, join the app now and you'll get 2 weeks free access to our premium content. It's kind of like a Netflix for surfers, where you'll find all of our courses, there'll be land-based drills, water-based training, access to live coaching sessions, and you can also check out our monthly challenges. So what are you waiting for? Download the free OMBE app now and join the OMBEverse.